Hey, what's up, guys? Jay Wink here with the review of The Flash Season 2 Enter Zoom. Now, this episode was a really fun episode. I feel like this episode was a fantastic episode. Everything about it was great. I really did love this episode. There was nothing bad about it, I have to say, in my opinion. And it ended just perfectly, I feel, in my opinion. Definitely, this episode does deserve a 5 out of 5 winks. This episode was probably the best episode of any show that I've seen this week. And I do understand why people say this is the best comic book show on TV. And I do see it. Even though I do think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was better, this episode was better than every episode this week. For, this for the episodes I review. And I really, really dug this episode. I just really loved it. So, to talk about it, I really did like the whole plan that Barry came up with to get what's his name? Zoom. Sorry, guys. Zoom to get him there to the actual Earth that Barry's on, and have him get knocked out, and then he can beat him, and and just stop him from sending all these metahumans over and across the new from Earth 2 to Earth 1. And I really did like that whole plan that he came up with, even though in the end it didn't turn out as well as he wanted it to. But I really did like having them, having Barry having to use I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I'm not good with these names. I believe it's Rachel. I'm not sure if I'm completely wrong, and if I know I'm sure I'm wrong. Please let me know in the comment section below. Correct me, guys. Really appreciate it. And so, moving on to kind of, and then her having to pretend that she is the person that is having to fight Barry. I really did like that whole plan that Barry came up with this, and in the end of the episode, that Zoom is supposed to come, he doesn't come, so then they all just back off and they let their guard down, and boom, right when he comes right in, takes the chick. And and messes up with Barry, and then he fights with Barry, and it was just a fantastic fight, I feel, in my opinion. Even though I felt like it was a very short fight, it was very well done, very, very well done. And kind of taught. I just really love the kind of, and then to see. I'd really like to talk about the ending, because that was the biggest thing, I feel, in my opinion, that happened in the episode. I really did love that Zoom humiliated Barry, showed the world showed Central City that Barry is he's not anything special. He can be beat and he can be broken, and he is. At the end of the episode, we see that he's paralyzed. His legs, he can't run anymore. But and it's a very interesting new way for now Barry. It's going to be interesting for Barry to have to, deal with that he's not the Flash anymore. And I feel like this season especially is very reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back. Not kind of in the way, but like it's entering that darker tone. It's taking our characters that we love and we know from the first season and throwing them into a new mix and just completely, breaking the hero, like how Vader did at the end of Empire Strikes Back when he cut Luke's hand off. And now, it affects him. It affects the main character, and then, like it does Barry now, because his back is broken. Zoom breaks his back, and I was like, as soon as I heard that crack, I was like, oh, he's screwed, because he just broke his back, and he's paralyzed now, and we know who knows for how long. And I really did like, that Zoom, he wants to be the fastest man alive, and he proves it in this episode that he is. But ultimately, probably at the end of the season, he won't be the fastest man alive anymore. Barry will be, and it's going to be an interesting an interesting thing that Barry will have to overcome now, is that he can't be who he wants to be, and that Zoom has broken him before, and then he's afraid that he's gonna break him again. And I feel like it's gonna be also reminiscent, like the Batman and like in the Dark Knight Rises and in Batman Nightfall, that Bane breaks Bruce's back, and he's crippled for a while, and then he has to come back and make his mark again and become the hero that he once was. And I really am thinking Barry's going to be in the same thing, and we're going to see a lot of psychological problems that he's going to be having, and he's just going to be broken. He is going to be literally broken in the back and in the mind, because he's going to go through that traumatic thing, and it's just going to be a huge effect on the character. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So yes, next week's episode looks very promising. Looks like a very new, very interesting episode, Return of Gorilla Grodd. And I've seen set of photos of Harrison Wells in the Zoom costume. So I wonder how they acquired that kind of costume, or if they had to make a new one. But my question is, if Zoom wanted, well, I'm sure he never mind, I won't ask that question. But yeah. That's about it for this episode. I told you guys my rating. Definitely the best episode from this week, especially just that ending. That ending's just... It is an awesome ending, and I swear, you guys need to watch this episode. I feel like it is a fantastic episode. And I guess that's it, guys. So yeah, that's it for this week. And I'll see you guys later. Jay Wink, winking out.